Okay, continuing the example from, or the investigation from 334, they say these curves are all parabolae that open up or down, meaning they're like a U or a bowl shape, and they all have a turning point on them someplace. So every one of them is shaped either like this or like that. The turning point is either the top of a hill or the bottom of a valley. It's where the thing changes direction. This one is rising, hits its maximum, and then starts to fall. This one is falling, hits its minimum, its lowest ever value, and then starts to rise again. How can you tell from the equation of the polynomial whether it opens up or down? The leading coefficient tells you that. If you have y equals some positive number, x squared, then your parabola will open up. It'll be U-shaped. And if you have y equals minus x squared, then it will open down. How can you tell whether it's a maximum or minimum? Same thing. If it's got a positive leading coefficient, then it will have a minimum. If it has a negative leading coefficient, then it's shaped like a hill and it will have a maximum. And this is connected as well. The range, if you have a minimum, then that means your y starts here and then goes up. So your range is going to be y is greater than or equal to a certain number. If you're hill-shaped like this, then you have a highest point and you go down from there. So you're going to be y is less than or equal to a certain number. Now they get into the x-intercepts. So off the previous page, f of x, the big one that opened up, they factored it and they found that it equaled x plus 1 times x minus 5. And if you look at where it crosses the x-axis, it crossed it twice, and it crossed at -1 and then at 5. Coincidence? Nope. These factors will always tell you where x-intercepts are going to happen. If you look at g of x, which was the big parabola that opened downward, they factored that and it came out to -2x plus 1, x minus 5. It also had two x-intercepts and they were also at -1 and 5. Again, the factors that you're able to pull out of this thing seem to have a pretty tight relationship with the x-intercepts of the graph. And h of x, which was the one at the very bottom that opened downward, they factored that and it was x minus 2 all squared. That turned out to only have one x-intercept, and it was right at 2. So again, we see a connection between what the factor is and what the x-intercept is. It's always x minus the number is a factor, then that number is a root or an x-intercept. And there also seems to be something about the number of factors. This expression had two factors and gave us two x-intercepts. This one had two factors, gave us two x-intercepts. This one only had a single factor and gave us a single x-intercept. Coincidence? No.